EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in Silicon Valley. And with the foghorn bellowing behind us, that means it's time for football at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. The kicker, Chad Ryland, ready to get things started. And off we go from Santa Clara. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The 49ers come out, and Brock Purdy leads them out. Greg, it's really one of the best stories in NFL history when you think about it. From last pick in the draft to taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl, now to a lucrative contract with a fourth-year man out of Iowa State.
I think when you break down this game, Mike, I think it's really quite simple. I think it really comes down to the age-old, hey, be balanced on offense. Can their passing attack and rushing attack complement each other? Because what that does is it makes the defend the entire field. And then the number one goal of every team, every week in the NFL, no self-inflicted negatives. That's tackles for loss, sacks, and then, of course, the most important one, don't turn the ball over.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 6. Off the bootleg, it's Purdy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He's got his tight end, Kittle, and they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Injury on the field, and it is George Kittle who is in some discomfort. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Play fake. Now it's Purdy. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work behind the line. Third and long. To the air is Purdy. And that is incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
On 4th down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. And on the return for the Cardinals, it's Greg Dortch. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. So the Cardinals come out, and they are led by their quarterback, Kyler Murray. Man, time flies, Greg. The #1 overall pick in 2019, the 7th year for Murray leading the Birds.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again.
After a gain of 5 on first down, it is 2nd and 5. Play action now. It's Murray. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Murray on 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
First down, Cardinals.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Now Murray, keeping it himself, probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
2nd down, Murray. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That non-communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Cardinals 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after a catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
13, pretty lucky here. Back-to-back gains of 13. And another 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with, how well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Now a second down throw for Murray. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
This is a really nice job of just finding in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Benson. And he's going to go backwards. Taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal?
Second and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He runs with it, and he will take this one across into the end zone. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead.
49ers, 0.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The 49ers offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. Uh-oh. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. They'll go back to McCaffrey on 1st down. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. He is just gashing the defense right now. 17 more yards with that one.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the Cardinals' 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 1. They send the tight end in motion. On the ground, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot. That's going to be enough to move the chains.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Aaron Browning, he gets into drop-in. It's a loss of 8.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Purdy now on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 10.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He's going to look for the home run ball. Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
On 4th down, it's Jake Moody time for the Niners. This one from 49. Moody's kick is good. And the 49ers are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, like, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Moody comes back on the field after making a field goal. He sets a kickoff. To return is Greg Dortch. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Murray looking to throw. The open man is Wilson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Murray now on 2nd down. Throw on the run is complete. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. The Cardinals have the early edge in this one. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. 2nd quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got it facing 3rd and a yard. We'll try and run for this with Connor. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they move the chains on third down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up first and 10. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Still second down.
From the gun, it's Murray. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 3, and this is third down.
That's Harrison in motion. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Here with McCaffrey, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Purdy. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. And third down coming up.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. And that is incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. It's going to lead to fourth down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And they'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And boy, tough to bring down there, fighting forward for a gain of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 17 yards on that play. It's an Arizona first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front. We can see the results.
Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
At the 1-yard line.
Take it up! Get up already!
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Connor, and he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
Pretty big swing here in the mindset of the defense. Before the play, you're thinking, man, we're on the 1-yard line. Pretty likely that it ends with a touchdown. But instead, you send them back 5 yards, and your chances of holding them to 3 just go up.
Murray, forced out wide. Good blocking, and he's in. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Arizona. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals extend their advantage to 14-3.
49ers 3.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. 49ers offense getting set to get back to work. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion right. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
2nd and 11. Play action now. Purdy. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work, but in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands, I can do some things.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. On the move, past the 40. Look at the big man go. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 42 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Off he goes. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
That's another 49er.
Well, Mike, this is not somebody that you're usually afraid of beating you with his legs, but every now and then he can do just enough to extend the play. That's exactly what he did here. Picks up enough yardage, converts the 1st down.
McCaffrey. Touchdown!
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers are back within 4. It is 14-10.
49ers 10.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. DJ Dallas now to return. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. It's Murray. Pass to the right side. Caught by McBride. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
From the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll try to run for it.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Blake Gillikin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. Go play action, Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara in a moment. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 50-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Caught. This is Ayuk. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Complete to Brandon Ayuk. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Throwing again is Purdy. Off the punch throw, it's complete. And that's going to be a first down. A They use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Again in the air for Purdy. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Here's Purdy again. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
That's another 49er first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Throwing again is Purdy. And he'll take it on in. Rick Pearson, touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Moody now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the 49ers move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14.
Cardinals 14.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Cards offense going to take over just before the half. He'll throw on first down with Murray. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, he'll keep this one on the ground. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. C.J. West in on the stop.
This is third down.
So we've hit half here out west, and we'll send it back east to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Dortch now to return it. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Cardinals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. At the line of scrimmage.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
2nd down, Murray. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds, gain of just a couple, and now we've got 3rd down coming up.
And this is 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, Murray. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
The Cardinals lining up for punt. Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked. They break through and they block it.
Makes the score Niners 17, Cardinals 14.
The Niners offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He takes off, showing off the footwork, sliding down after a gain of 8.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On the handoff, McCaffrey. And he is going the wrong way, tackled back at the 7.
He was taken down behind
the offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Third and short, here's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This is about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Niners add on to their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Dortch now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Cardinals offense ready to take over possession of the football. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Murray. A very quick throw there, but it's not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Michael Wilson that time. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
No gain on a quarterback sneak? That's pretty surprising, Mike, anytime we see that happen. There just aren't many plays in the NFL that we consider to be automatic. The quarterback sneak is normally pretty close.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The 49ers offense headed back to take over once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. This throw left side caught by Kittle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 29-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll send a tight end in motion. On 2nd down, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Team Davis Gaither there to make the stop.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and 2. Here we go. Kittle is the man in motion. We need 2. Here's Purdy. On the move left. Taking off. He'll try to get there.
That's good. 4A.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are. You think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
On the counter, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
On third down, it's Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. They hook up again, second time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike. This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Purdy. Finding his tight end, Farrell. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Kittle is the man in motion. Third down. Purdy. The connection made to Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
Now Purdy. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
First and 10 at the
And this is the
27-yard
blueprint, Mike.
line.
The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
A loss of a yard.
The key to
Brings
great
up
defensive
second
line
down
play is the
at
get-off. When that ball
27-yard
moves,
line.
how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
On second down, Purdy. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be taken down. It takes up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's first and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense in the end zone because it's first and goal.
And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
And goal.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Purdy and the 49ers will try to get 2 more.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll let McCaffrey try to run it. And he will get into the end zone and book the lead up by 2 more.
Cardinals 14.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Dortch now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Play action. It's Murray. That's to the tight end, Elijah Higgins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Murray now on 2nd down. The pass rush gets home and he goes down.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now, Murray will try to work the screen with Connor. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
The Cardinals line up for a punt.
Formation for the Cardinals.
So here's Brock Purdy and his 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. The 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
It's a gain of 8. And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now it's McCaffrey. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Wilson on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. Was brought down, and pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This from 45 yards away. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the 49ers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. Get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Wilson on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down at the 13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Purdy going to keep this one himself. The defense not fighting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
A loss of 1.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
From the gun, it's Purdy. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This from 34 yards. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Niners will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. On the return, it's Dallas. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense about ready to take over once more. He'll throw on first down with Murray. Back left side, that's the tight end, McBride. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Now a second down throw from Murray. Nick Bosa getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's third down.
When you can win so fast an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He's going to air this one out for Jones. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
He's going to try it here again. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. The Niners offense ready to get back at it. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Purdy now on second down. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Third and long. Here's Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up fourth down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. On the return, it's Dallas. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Cards offense ready for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Throwing Murray. And he can't hang on. Through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
You know, it's really surprising to see him, of all people, let that one go. You just don't see him drop many balls. I mean, really, regardless of the circumstance. So, yes, there was contact. Yes, they timed it up perfectly, but typically that's a ball he's able to hold on to.
On second down, here's Murray. Quick slash into the hands of Wilson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it here. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
You know, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays.
And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Second down, Murray. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Is 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, Murray. And that is incomplete.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. He'll try and throw for it with Murray. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to have a Cards first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
That's just a big-time play by this quarterback on 4th down. You can see he starts first look cover. Then he goes through his progression. There's nowhere to go with the ball. He can't throw it away, can't take a sack. He quickly decides to turn into a runner, use his legs to pick up the first down, and they're still alive.
He'll air it out deep for Wilson. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It is a big gain for Arizona. 38 yards. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And he's into the end zone yet again. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Extra point now by Riley. It's up and good. And the Cardinals are able to cut into the deficit.
Cardinals 21.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Niners offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. To McCaffrey. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 15-yard pickup there. First down, 49ers.
Two-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
Give up the middle to Robinson. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. A minute 57 to go in the game.
Second down.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold them to no gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They bring a tight end in motion left. Another run here for Robinson. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. They'll drop to throw. They'll try to run for it. Card's going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming.
It's fourth down.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. And this will be from 42 yards out. Moody's kick is good. And the 49ers will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
Cardinals 21.
Moody comes back on the field with a field goal. He's set to kick off. Dortch now to return it. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Cardinals offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Here's 1st and 10. Now Murray keeping it himself, and he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
That's interference. Defense.
Still some hope. Keyword some. No timeouts. They need 2 scores, and it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. James Conner, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He takes off. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here comes 2nd and 4. To throw is Murray. He'll tuck it and take off. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the 1st down.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Now the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
2nd and goal. Murray looking to throw, and this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Pretty interesting sequence of play calls here, Mike. You can tell going into this game, they felt their matchups down here deep in the tight red zone were better through the air than maybe they were necessarily on the ground. We see 2 back-to-back throws. The second one, though, results in a touchdown.
So a big play coming here for the Cardinals, who will go for 2.
The Cardinals will line up for
Here we go. One final play. And that is incomplete. Well done by the defense. And this is going to stay a 2-possession game.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
looking to double up here. Score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. Down to a knee. And that should be the final snap of this game. So a win here for the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Oatson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.